Hello viewers, welcome to the YouTube channel, and this is the 50th video of this YouTube channel. You are listening to the host Sushil Shalot, and this being a 50th video, I was really wondering what should be the topic or subject of the video. Well, I understood that when we grow up, we go to the higher standards in the school or colleges, and as we grow up in our intellectual abilities, we tend to forget our fundamentals or basics, what we studied or what we learned as a child or at the beginning of our learnings. I have been publishing many videos about PowerPoint, Excel, applications, functions, and many more things. But then I realized that many times the viewers they miss out the fundamentals and the basics. So I thought let's brush up our fundamentals here, and so I chose this topic, Know Your Workbook. Well, let's get on to our video here and let us understand our workbook once again right from the beginning. Well, our typical workbook looks something like this, and I'll walk you through all these parameters or the parts of the workbook. Let's begin with the topmost portion of the workbook. It is the title or the name of the workbook. Here I haven't named it, I have left it book 1, that is the default title of a workbook. So that is the name of the workbook. The next thing what we see here is on the left side, there we see the quick access toolbar. So we can add and remove the tabs here and the icons here for the quick access toolbar. Then the next thing what we see on the left side or the right side as you like to call it here, that is the ribbon display options. And besides the ribbon display options we see minimize, restore down and close tabs or the icons there. Ribbon display icons or icons within the ribbon display are auto hide ribbon, show tabs and command. Certainly I'll be walking you through all these options with the actual workbook. But then first I want to understand the theory and the fundamentals. The next thing what we see here after the ribbon, we see the next thing is the tabs. So there are many tabs by default. The tabs gets added as and when the user decides the add-ins or defines the functions. Based on the functions, the tabs pop up or come in this tabs ribbon. After this tabs ribbon, the next thing what we should see here is just below the tab ribbons there are commands, and these commands change as per the tabs chosen. So one has to choose a proper tab, and based on the tab the commands will pop up. So in this workbook page what we're seeing on screen, the tab home has got the commands as we see on the screen. Just below the tab we are the commands, we see the cell reference. So in this we see the cell reference where the current tab or the current cursor position is in. So A1 what we see here is the position of the cursor here, as you see here on screen it is A1, and that's why the cell reference directs us to A1. The next thing besides the cell reference is the formula bar. The formula bar has got the function fx and then accept or delete the function. In the formula bar one can type the formulae and execute them. The next thing what we say just below the formula bar here is the column heading, and column heading as we all know, or just let us understand again from the beginning, that those are all determined by alphabets. After the column headings, next thing what we see here is the row heading. Row heading by default are numericals. The next thing or the parent or the subject part or the body part of the workbook is nothing else but this portion here, and in this portion we see the grid lines. Once the grid lines are known, or once the grid lines are defined or accepted or not accepted or hidden, one can use the workbook as per the customization he likes or she likes. Just below at the bottom side here we see the worksheet or the tab names. People call this as spreadsheet, and hence each of this has got a sheet and they are named as sheet here as seen here. By default the tabs are named as sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 and so on and so forth. One can opt to rename these. The active sheet is always seen is in a green text, and in the space besides the tabs or the names of the tabs, we see the area wherein one can control left click for the scroll to the last sheet or the first sheet, and by doing the right clicks one can see all the tabs which are there in the given workbook. So the tab or the worksheet are the same things. After the worksheets, what we see next here on our screen or in the workbook page here is the horizontal scroll bar. The horizontal scroll bar can be moved to left and right, and accordingly we can move along in the workbook. The next thing here is the vertical scroll bar. This helps us or the user to move up and down in the workbook. After that, on the lowermost side of the worksheet page, we see the zoom slider for the worksheet. So by using this zoom slider, one can move it towards the left in the negative direction or towards the right in the positive direction. Here on the screen one can see the zoom scale. So this zoom scale can be set on or set off. The zoom slider can be set on and set off. We will learn about this subsequently. The next thing and the last thing what we see on our worksheet tab here is the status bar. So the status bar here shows the active and deactivated bar contents. So here one can go and customize the status bar. So by going over here at this in this area and right click, this pop-up comes up and the status bar contents can be chosen from this menu. Well, with this, let us get on to the actual workbook and see what all things can be done. Oh, when I go to the workbook, I see there is something either wrong or someone is playing prank with me. I don't see anything else except the sheet with the tab names there. Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3 up to Sheet 5 are what I can see. Well, let me check what has happened. Viewers, there's nothing wrong. Someone really has played a prank. So if I go over here and see, I see the ribbon here popping up in the dark green color. When I go on the dots here, I see the ribbon pops down. And now I will go over here and see what was it exactly. So the ribbon display options can be set to auto hide ribbon, and someone had done that. Beyond that, a lot many things have been done by someone, and I'll be explaining you how to revoke those things. So one can go over here and say auto hide ribbon or say show tabs. When you choose show tabs, only the tabs will be seen. If one opts to see the choose the show tabs and commands, one will able to see the tab here, the tab ribbon as well as the command. As and when one goes to the neighboring tabs, one can see the commands changing as per the tab window. Well, one can go and choose to have the tabs as per the customization or as per the requirements, and accordingly the commands will pop up. Well, but I was talking about lot many things like the function bar or the formula bar, the grid lines and the headings. Where are those? Well friends, I have gone to the view tab, and there on your screen you see the formula bar, the grid lines and the headings have been switched off. So now I am going to choose to switch on one by one. So this is a toggle key here. When I click it, when I check it, I see the formula bar. I see in besides the formula bar, as I had said, the reference cell, the name box is pointing to C76. That means the current cell, the active cell right now is C76. Well, I'm not able to find out where is C76. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch on the headings. As soon as I switch on the headings, I can see the column C is seen to be active. The cursor or the cell active right now is C76. If I scroll down over here using the vertical scroll bar, I see there it is in C76. I see the green thing, the green grid there. That means that is the active cell. Now, what has happened to my grid lines? Someone has switched them off. If I go over here and opt to toggle it either on or off, the grid lines switch on or switch off. There are other ways of switching on the formula bar, headings and grid lines by going to File, Options, and then going to the Advanced tab here and then choosing from here from the drop downs here, or from the menu here I can choose to switch on the grids on or off. Over here I can switch on the formula bar as well as the headings. Well, but I won't be displaying it or demonstrating to you right now. What was the basic thing required for us to switch on this worksheet or the work tab or the sheets in this workbook has been done. And now I see there are many sheets here. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. As I click onto those, they go on becoming active, and the active sheet is seen in the green text. As I already said, I can walk through these sheets, or I can scroll through these sheets left to right by using the keys here. Well, if I want to go to the leftmost or the first tab, I can go over here, press the control key, and the left click of the mouse will take me to the leftmost or the first sheet here. I can just click it to make it active. Here is sheet 2, here is sheet 3, and so on and so forth. So now I'm somewhere in between, and there are many sheets here beyond the range what is visible here. So if I want to go to the last one, I can go again over here on the right green key here, and opt to press Control and left click of the mouse will take me to the last sheet here. So sheet 10 is the last sheet. If I want to activate it, I have to just click it. If I want to see which all sheets are there in this workbook, I can go over here in this area. I can right click with my mouse, and there I see sheet 1 to sheet 10 are the sheets which are actively available for me in this workbook. So now I've activated sheet 10. Well, if I want to activate sheet 2, I can go over here and say sheet 2 and say activate. As soon as I activate, I go over here and I see three cells here: columns, rows, and cells. Well, that brings to my mind, how many columns are there in my workbook? Well, let us use a formula here and find out. I'm going to use the formula is equal to count blank, and as you are aware, count blank returns the blank cells in the given range. So range, I'm going to choose the row here, and as soon as I click row 1 and close the parenthesis and say enter, it returns me the column numbers, that is 16,384 columns are available in my tab in this workbook. So every tab has the same fundamentals or the same sizes. Now I'll go and check for the rows. So I'm again going to use the function count blank. Count blank counts the blank cells in the given range. Now I'm going to choose the column A here, and column A will have the one cell in each row, and as a resultant I will get the number of rows here. Well friends, I am not very good in mathematics. It says 10,48,576 cells. Well, lakh is a terminology used only in India. Outside India it is called as 100,000. So I have got here 1,48,576 cells in the rows. Well, I managed to count those, but well, if someone asks me how many cells are there in my workbook, it's a little difficult, but well, I'm going to do the multiplication of the rows multiplied by the columns, or the columns multiply the rows, and it will reveal me the number of cells here. Friends, I'm extremely sorry. I am very much incapable of reading this number. It is 17179869,184. So these many cells are there in a given workbook, or rather in a given worksheet in a given workbook. So if I have 10 worksheets in this workbook, you can calculate this figure of cells multiplied by 10 with the number of cells available in my workbook. Well friends, with this basics or fundamentals that I have brought to your notice, I would like you to just scroll through your, or just brush through, or just revise through your knowledge of a workbook in Excel, and certainly will keep on our journey of publishing and watching the videos related to Excel and other applications. If you like this video, please express your likes at the channel, express your comments, no doubt about it. I like to read through those comments. If you feel this video is of use of basics to your friends and your associates, please share it with them. In case if you are new to the channel and if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe to the channels. And I am really grateful for all the affection, love, and respect that you have passed on to me through this channel. I will keep serving you best to my knowledge. I'll be back with my next video soon. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice time.